Macmillan Audio presents Sins of the Night by Sherrilyn Kenyon. Read for you by Berman. Prologue. Mississippi University for Women, Columbus, Mississippi. She was dead. Melissa's heart was pounding from her rushing adrenaline as she scrambled to reach the safety of Grossnickel Hall. 2 hours ago, she'd foolishly told her friends to leave her at the library while she finished researching her English paper. Lost in the misadventures of Christopher Marlowe's life, she'd spent more time there than she'd meant to. The next thing she'd known, it was late, and time for her to head back to her apartment-style residence hall. She'd briefly considered calling her boyfriend to come get her, but since he was working tonight on the stocking crew, that seemed a moot issue. Without another thought about the stupidity of a 21-year-old woman walking alone, she'd gathered her books and headed home. But now, as she ran across campus being chased by 4 unknown men, she realized just how idiotic she'd been. How could someone lose their life over one bad decision? And yet it happened to people every day. It wasn't supposed to happen to me. "Please, help me!" she screamed as she ran as fast as she could. Surely there was someone who saw her, someone who would call security out to help her. She rounded a hedge and ran straight into something. She looked up at the man in front of her. "Please." The words died as she realized he was one of the 4 blonde men chasing her. He laughed evilly, showing her a set of fangs. Screaming, Melissa fought his hold. She threw her books against him and shoved with every ounce of strength she possessed. He let go. She darted toward the street only to find another blonde man waiting there. She drew up short, looking for somewhere else to run to. But there was nowhere to go that one of them couldn't catch her. Dressed all in black, the newcomer stood as if completely nonchalant to the danger or her terror. His long blonde hair was pulled back into a ponytail. He wore a pair of dark sunglasses that completely shielded his eyes from her, and it made her wonder how he could even see in the darkness. There was something timeless about him, something all-powerful and frightening. He seemed to be cut from the same cloth as her pursuers, and yet there was something about him that was entirely different. Something more powerful, more ancient, more frightening. "Are you one of them?" she choked. One corner of his mouth twisted up. "No, precious. I'm not one of them." She heard the others closing in on her. Turning her head, she watched them slow down as they neared her and caught sight of the man she was standing with. Fear was etched plainly on their handsome faces as one of them whispered the word, "Dark Hunter." They stayed back as if debating what they should do now that the other man was there. The newcomer held his hand out to her. Grateful her nightmare was over, and that this man had finally stopped them from hunting or hurting her, Melissa took his hand. He sneered at the ones who had been chasing her as he pulled her closer to him. Every piece of her was trembling in relief that he had come to her rescue. "Thank you." He smiled at that. "No, precious. Thank you." Before she could move, he grabbed her into his arms and sank his fangs into her neck. The Dark Hunter tasted the life and emotions of the co-ed as he drank her life's essence into his body. It was pure and untainted. She was a scholarship student who'd had a bright future ahead of her. C'est la vie. Reveling in the taste of her, he waited until he could hear and feel those last few faint heartbeats that would cease when she died. She went completely limp against him.